Sure.
This could help you guys out a lot when you're trying to decide who your customer is.
Yep.
Go to this website, Alexa.com, if you haven't heard of it, Alexa.com, and then just think about a website that's similar to the type of product that you would be interested in promoting. For example, if you type in NFL.com, we can see exactly what kind of person goes to NFL.com. This is just a guideline. This isn't, if you were going to create a fantasy football product, this obviously wouldn't be exactly the person that you're wanting to talk to, trying to target. But yeah, if you go to audience here, that third tab, after you type in the domain that you're interested in finding the demographics for, go to audience, and then this will tell you, this will give you some really good insights into the type of person that would go to NFL.com. And you see there's two different colored lines here. There's the two different colored bars. There's the red and green. Green means an above average number of people in that category, in that age group, go to this site. So, for example, people 65 and older, over 65, with some college or a lot of college, male, and do not have children, browse from school. This, I don't know, this seems a little bit off. There would be 65-year-old men browsing from school. But I don't know, maybe it's a lot of college professors are on NFL.com.
I love it.
But I don't know if this is the best example. But
well, I was going to say real quick, Justin, this is probably not a good example because you'll see this age. The problem is everyone loves football of all ages. And so, you know, if we went to something that was a little bit more specific age-wise, you know, that younger people or older people would be interested in, you would see this look a lot more skewed. Do you have another example maybe that would be a little more towards a certain demographic? Obviously, there's a lot of men. We've determined that, but it's really men of all ages.
What about just TalibBadass.com?
Okay, yeah. So this is the number one site on ClickBank, and it's a dating site. I think here we go. The TalibBadass.com. Let's see. This will be interesting. I have a sneaking suspicion it's gonna be a lot of males. Just my guess here. Yeah. Okay, but this is interesting right here. Yeah, I mean, so if you'll see, obviously, it's all men almost because it's a product on how to meet women. What's really interesting to me is the age group here. It's a little bit older than I would have thought. But here's the thing, though. You know, when you're in your 18, 20s, you're going out all the time. You're meeting women left and right. So you're probably not really looking for a solution on how to, you know, win that special woman over. But, you know, as they start getting in this age, you know, whether they have been married once before, haven't been married at all, it's a higher priority. They've got other things. They've got a family. They've got a job, whatever it may be. And so, you know, you can look at this and say logically that there's probably a good reason for the fact that that this is higher. And this is important because now we know who we're talking to. And Justin, you talk a little bit more about that, but this is really good information to know when you start creating your product.
Yeah, I mean, this is just this is just a guide. Remember, too. By the way, I mean, even if you are creating a dating product, that doesn't necessarily mean that your target customer has to be 55-year-old male with no children that browses the internet from home and has some college education. That's not what I'm saying, but this is a good way to get some kind of idea of who would be interested in your product. But getting back to what we were talking about earlier about doing something that you're very passionate about, well, if you're very passionate about it and you have friends that are a lot like you, that are your same, you know, same gender, same age, same income level, that are also passionate about this same thing, well, then maybe you should just be targeting you. You know, think about who you are, and you know, it helps a lot to when it's something that you're very passionate about because you probably know it very well and you know the exact type of person that would be interested in that type of product. But That's just my 2 cents on that. But I just want to show you guys this tool real quick because I think it's a good idea, a good way to at least kind of get an idea about who your audience is.
No, absolutely. I can't stress it enough. And I see a lot of people asking if this is going to be recorded. Yes, and we will be sending you a replay because it's important that you show up next Thursday on the live call with the niche chosen and the person that you're speaking to, picked out. Now, look, you don't have to know the specific product down on the T. That's what we're going to work on next week. But, it's figure out that niche and make sure it's something that you can be excited about, talking about, working on. Trust me, I've worked on projects that I'm not that excited about and passionate about, and it shows. And the end result wasn't as good. I probably didn't make as much money, and I wasn't excited about it. There's all kinds of negative repercussions from going on something that works. So don't pick weight loss because there's a million products out there on weight loss and people are making a bunch of money. Now, if you're excited about weight loss, that's great. If you want to go through your own weight loss journey, that's even, that's fantastic. But just, pick something, figure out what you want to focus on first, and then go to Google AdWords, this AdWords tool, and just make sure that, there's money to be made in it. So don't think about, I wouldn't personally start with, okay, what's going to make me a bunch of money? Think about what you're going to be excited about, what you're going to be passionate about, and then cross-check with these resources like dummies and Google AdWords tools and whatnot to make sure that that there's a need for that information out there. So start with the passion, then figure out if the profit is there, and then figure out who you're selling to. And then we are going to meet next Thursday. Who's excited about starting to create a product next Thursday? Just go ahead and chime in here. Awesome. Yes.
Like a lot of people are excited.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I see another woohoo. Tiffany's excited. I love it. Susan, yeah, buddy. I love it, Barbara. Yeah, you want to own your own product. We can do a lot of things with our own product. There's a lot of different things, different ways to make money that you probably haven't even thought of that we're going to get into that you can only do when you own your own product. And it's a lot of fun, and if you build a valuable product that really helps people, it can be a sustainable business that makes you money. It's not just some flash in the pan traffic trick that might make you a bunch of money for 30 days and then Facebook decides to change their algorithm or whatever it may be. This isn't going anywhere. People have been selling information in some form or fashion for as long as I can remember and long before we all existed. And so this right here, if you guys are looking for something that's sustainable and you can make a lot of money, work on now, make money next month, the next month, a year from now, this is the one. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate everything. Let's see if we have any questions real quick before we hop off here. I'll get a few questions.